everybody, it's Taz. Welcome back to Taz's Wig Closet. I'm going to present a wig review for you in the outdoors. I'm down caring for my son in southern Georgia, and even though the sun shines nearly all of the time, I can't seem to get the right lighting indoors. So I'm going to present today a review of 3 Belle Tress PIXIE cuts. All the wigs were provided and the video sponsored by Wig Studio One. Be sure to visit Wig Studio One to check out all of these styles and the available colors. I'll go ahead and post the links below. If you decide to purchase, be sure to use the code BEAUTIFULYOU for a 30% discount. The 3 PIXIE cuts that I'm going to compare today are going to be what I'm wearing now, which is the Belle Tress Cortado cut in the color Mocha with Cream. We're going to compare that to Belle Tress Energiya in Honey with Chai Latte. And then finally, for a third comparison, we're going to take a look at Martini, Cafe Martini by Belle Tress in the color Butterbeer Blonde. All 3 of these wigs are directly out of the box. I haven't used any styling product, nor have I used any heat styling appliance. It's really challenging choosing a PIXIE cut online, isn't it? I mean, even the most fraction of length or an additional layer or a little bit of a longer nape may make a huge difference. I'm going to start with a Cortado cut in the color Mocha with Cream because it seems to have the longest layers of the 3 that I'm going to present to you today. Mocha with Cream. It's a beautiful ash brown. It has some honey blonde in there and almost a very light caramel shade. It's absolutely beautiful. It's on a dark brown root. So this Cortado cut, it's a really messy, edgy, short pixie. It does give you a 3-inch bang, which kind of scoots right above the eyebrow there. And based on how much texture there is, it doesn't quite reach the eyebrow in most people. There looks to be about a 3-inch crown area and a 3-inch nape. So I believe that that nape gives some really nice coverage for those of you that can't really wear a really short nape. And the crown area does give a nice profile. There's multiple lengths in between, as you can tell. This only weighs 1.9 ounces, so it's super lightweight. It just barely feels like I have anything on today. And it does feature a temple-to-temple lace front and a center monofilament part. So the lace front, I think, is pretty well done. The knots are medium to fine. On a pixie like this, it's so beautiful to be able to shift those bangs around and get the appearance of a nice hairline. It looks like I have some horns sticking up here. Now keep in mind that right out of the box, this is going to be very unruly. It's going to be all over the place. You may have to take some heat, either like a curling iron appliance or even a hair dryer or a hot air like a hot air brush to kind of tame some of these areas. But a lot of you really enjoy that messy look, and so I'm going to leave it just where it is. In terms of styling for Cortado cut, right out of the box, if you give it a shake, it's messy, it's crazy, it's edgy. But what I prefer to do is kind of pull it right away from the face like this, kind of leave it in its messy pattern. I'll tell you what's really cool is that if you just take your fingers, spread them a little bit, and then pull the fibers towards the middle and forward and kind of flip up that front. It's really cute, and it kind of goes with the grain of how these fibers are sewn in. So if you wanted a little bit more of a smooth look, just find a natural parting space, whether that be in the middle or off to the side, and just comb down the fibers, frame the face. But I think you can achieve a smooth look, a smoother look if you wanted. So the next little pixie cut that I'm going to present is the Energiya style by Belle Tress in the color Champagne with Apple Pie. And I do have a full review out there on this one. The color Champagne Apple Pie seems to be a little warmer than other styles that I have experienced with this very same color. But it's a beautiful light blonde with a very attractive light brown root. So again, talking about some of those subtle differences with the layering that I think makes all the difference, we have about a 2.75-inch bang area here. That's slightly less than that Cortado cut. And there's a little bit of a shorter crown area. And then the nape is 1.5 inches as opposed to the Cortado cut with a 3-inch. So you can see where this layering is really making a difference. Not so much here at the front because it is very texturized. The Energiya does have a temple-to-temple lace front and a left monofilament side part. It features the same beautiful textured fibers that you've seen on the Cortado cut. But one thing is, you'll notice that in the style compared to the Cortado cut seems to have a little bit more of a rounded crown. That crown seems to be a little longer than Energiya. And so if you do like a more rounded crown and profile, you'll just have to really play up these fibers in that area, just kind of scoop them up to get some volume at the crown. Otherwise, you might get sort of that flat back because this is a very tapered back. Energiya is really fun to style. I really had a blast working with this one. Again, I really like taking it right off of that face to expose the lace front. I like the fact that there's a left monofilament part just because it gives a little bit of a natural indentation there in the parting space, but as far as being able to see through to the illusion of scalp, that is a little more difficult just due to the texture and the waviness of these fibers, plus it's a little thicker density on the top. I think Energiya has a little bit more density than does the Cortado cut. Lastly, I want to present a Cafe Martini by Belle Tress in the color Butterbeer Blonde. Butterbeer Blonde is the ashiest and coolest blonde in the Belle Tress line. It's a beautiful cool blonde with some sandy tones kind of mixed in on a light brown root. It's absolutely beautiful. It's probably my favorite blonde in the Belle Tress line. I'm really at home in this style. I know it's really, really short, but this layering can just give me a lot of sass and versatility, which I love. So let's take a look then at this layering as opposed to the other two. Cafe Martini features a 2-inch bang. This style weighs about 2 ounces. Cafe Martini has a very short crown area as well, but it kind of sticks up back there, you know, the layers, and kind of gets spiky in the back, and so that does give you a really pretty profile, and that tapers down into a very short 1.5-inch nape, same as Energiya versus the Cortado cut that has a 3-inch nape. Cafe Martini has a wispier density. It's a thinner density than both the Energiya and the Cortado cut. It has spikier layers, but just as much versatility in my opinion. Now this one does have a similar lace front left-hand monofilament side part combination as the Energiya, and again the Cortado cut has that center part, but all of them feature a temple-to-temple lace front. The lace front is very well done, and without the lace fronts on these guys, I just don't think I would like them as well. That just gives it a huge natural touch and the ability to style this. In terms of styling for Cafe Martini, I just love to scoop that away from the face, exposing that lace front. If you just take your fingers and kind of rake back, that's going to give you a beautiful kind of spiky look on the top, and the fibers still kind of coil down and hug the hairline around, so you don't have to worry about coverage there when you're doing that. This has been a trio of Belle Tress PIXIE cuts, the Cortado cut in Mocha with cream, the Energiya in Champagne with apple pie, and then finally the Cafe Martini in Butterbeer Blonde. If you're interested in these styles, go out to Wig Studio 1. I'll leave the links below. Everybody have a great day.